iron in the soul. Or your aura, energy, whatever it is that makes people gravitate towards you. There's a very dark side to that you have to understand. People tend to misunderstand chosen or special people, and they think that they'll accuse you of being arrogant. They will accuse you of being standoffish. You'll be accused of being stuck up. And the truth of the matter is, you're not arrogant. You're not stuck up. You're just chosen. You're chosen by God to do a special work. And what comes with that sometimes is that thin line between jealousy and admiration. I've experienced this myself ministering God's word for the last 14 years. Admiration quickly turns into jealousy and competition. And so you have to unfortunately, be careful with people who admire you. Because people who admire you, if they're not careful, that admiration can turn into possessiveness. What's up, man? This is Iron and Soul. Just here with a quick message. This came from one of my supporters on Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram at The King Jabez. It'll be greatly appreciated. I did a message in my story a few days ago asking guys on topics they want me to cover. Excuse me. And I received probably 15, 20 different requests. So this is one of them today. I'm going to start slowly going through these. So this is not an outline that I've prepared a message. This is just from the hip. And he asked me about church burnout. And this is something that I unfortunately have a lot of experience in from my history and background in church. For those who don't know, who are new to my content, I served in ministry leadership for close to 10 years prior to the 2020 pandemic, lockdown, the whole COVID, New World Order, to be honest. And so I have a history in that. And I know from experience that, one, especially in the black church, there is a limited amount of men in the church. So if you are a man that has any type of respect or fear for God, off top, people want to use you. But if you compound that by actually being gifted and have gifts like I have in terms of speaking and teaching, preaching, all type of stuff, people will run you into the ground. And so I was just working way too much. I mean, there was one point I was doing like 5 ministries. I was over the addiction program, Sunday school, teaching little kids in the school, over the juvenile ministry. I was doing too much. And on top of that, they want me to learn how to drive a bus too. So I know from experience, you cannot let a pastor or ministry run you into the ground. And this can be applicable to you guys who are not in ministry, but just work in general. This happens in the workforce too. When you have a capable man, people will try to use you. And so I'm talking to you men too, who are not even in church, but just working men, capable men. This is the burden of capable men. When you are capable and willing to work and get things done, people will put a saddle on your back and run you right to the ground. This is what I know from years of experience. So some of you men, you need to hear this. Some of you guys, you are letting people run you into the ground because you are capable, you are willing, you want to prove yourself. And this is really a danger for driven men. Driven men, capable men, focused men, disciplined men can really be used by people because they see your potential and they basically see you like this resource that they just come and suck the life right out of you. And what I have also learned from this is that when you stop giving them what they want, all of the love, the compliments, the good speaking, the how much they appreciate you, man, I love you, supportive, blah, blah, blah. As soon as you stop, that stuff is over. And people will act like you don't even exist. I have experienced this. These are people that I have known in some cases for 5 or 10 years. And so I have learned, and this is how God works. God can teach you some lessons through the Bible and through reading, but there are some lessons you only will learn through real life experience. And so from my real life experience, I've learned a lot about people. Okay? I've learned a lot about people. When you're following God, you'll learn a lot about three particular, I guess you could say, not so much groups, but I'll put it this way. You learn a lot about God. You learn a lot about other people. And you learn a lot about yourself. And so over the last 10 years, I've learned a lot about God. My knowledge of God has increased. My knowledge of myself has increased. And my knowledge of other people. And so based on my experience and my knowledge of God, myself, and other people, my advice to you, sir, is to worry about yourself. Help people, but don't let people use you. And that's some of you guys with these women. You let these women just run you into the ground. I see men sometimes out here, man. Because I got kids. And so when I'm dropping my kids off at daycare or school, I see how some of these men let their women treat them. I'll be watching. I mean, sitting there bossing him around. I saw a man yesterday, man, his wife was watching him put the son in the car seat like she was his supervisor. And so some of you guys, man, you just let people run over you, including your own woman. Stand up for yourself, man. So don't let people just use you and punk you, man. Some of you guys, that's your problem. That's why you ain't like them witch talk, some of you guys. I'm going to come for you now. That's why some of you, come here, don't run, come here, I'm going to talk to you. That's why you guys were quiet on that witch conversation did. Because a lot of you guys let these women control you, bro. And you lose battle right there. You all big and bad and tough and strong until a female enters the room. And then you boy down. You boy down every time. So I want you guys to really be focused and driven out here. So without me rambling, what is really the purpose of this talk? Here is the bottom line. Don't let people use you. Set boundaries. Have respect for yourself. I'm going to just talk to you clear, calm, cool, and collect. We'll keep it copacetic. Worry about yourself. You dictate your own pace. Of course, you got leadership managers you got to listen to. I'm not saying to be crazy. You know, you follow leadership that is over. You do what you're supposed to do. But when you can say no, say no. When you know this is not best for you, think about yourself. Don't be the person, as I was for many years, you know, trying so hard to prove yourself and to prove your worth and manhood that you just run yourself to the ground. Because you will run yourself to the ground, and when you burn out, they won't give, excuse my language, they won't care nothing about you. Okay? So if you're working, do it for a reason, for a purpose. It's for yourself. I'm not telling you to be lazy. You know that. You know, this Iron Soul talk to you. Be driven, work hard, you know, put your 10-hour shifts in, do what you got to do. But at the same time, don't expect people to somehow always compensate you for that, or to really appreciate that. They appreciate it while you're doing it because it's benefiting them. And once you stop benefiting them, the fake love is over. So really focus on who really cares about you. Figure out who that is, whether it be your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, a homie you got close to you. Figure out who cares about you and who you really care about, and invest in those people. Don't invest in people who really don't care about you. So that's just my 2 cents on this, man. I hope that's helpful. This is Iron and Soul. Follow me on Instagram at the King Jabez. Peace.